Hello, true art believers, and welcome to the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson here, and I got another piping hot drawing. You are watching 200 Days of Drawing, and today is day 120. We're getting on up there. We're getting up there. As I said earlier, we have a piping hot drawing, and I'm ready to pull it out of the oven. What would you call it? Like metaphorically, symbolically speaking. But before I begin, what I like to do is I like to announce that I'm hosting an art giveaway. And for those that are interested in winning a free art print, all you have to do is enter the sign up for subscribe to my YouTube channel and or Twitch. Doesn't matter, whatever platform you're watching from. And enter the URL that's scrolling on the bottom there. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I don't have anyone else promoting the art giveaway outside of myself. So unless someone magically starts hitting the art giveaway button, I have to promote myself the best that I can. So without further ado, let's begin the drawing process, and let's smash that intro button. Welcome everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday. Today is going to be just a really quick drawing. I always say it's going to be quick, but something always happens. Something stupid happens. Something like just stupid happens. I hate saying that, but like just one day I might have like the level mode at a different on a different setting, and I don't even know it. Ooh, we're going to go like this. We're going to do it this time. We're going to have a highly saturated background. That's something I don't normally do. And I think I'm going to do that for the next few drawings and see what happens. And just today, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go stick to my roots, stick to my cactus drawing roots. And we're just going to draw a simple cactus today. Saturdays are generally one of my more hectic days. I'm trying to today I'm particularly trying to, what would you call it? I'm trying to, let's see here, compress a lot of things in a short amount of time. So after I am done with this drawing, I'm going to be putting on some gym pants and doing some squats. I'm going to be doing some of those. And then I'm going to be doing all this hopefully within an hour and a half. So do a live stream, get this done, and then go ahead and do some squats. And then I got to do a bunch of other chores, possibly have some good one-on-one time with my little kiddo. And yeah, so that's what I have going on today. And I'm just trying to condense all these things in a short amount of time. Before I started this live stream, I was actually watching a video about consistency. I'm not really a stickler for quality, because the reason why I'm not really a stickler for quality. Okay, let's rewind it for a second. So in this video I was watching about consistency and how to be productive, the individual mentioned that people tend to get kind of lumped into two areas, quality and quantity. I am the kind of person that will do quantity over quality, as opposed to quality, because I know from experience that quality will improve through time. But if you're letting quality be a hindrance, it's going to affect your outcome. So this being a kind of like a self-actualizing prophecy, meaning that like I'm doing these drawings that aren't, or I'm doing these live streams that aren't particularly, hey, how are you doing? That aren't particularly like the highest of quality. they've actually gotten better, but they're not the highest of quality, but through time they will get better. And I have to just trust the process that might trust the fact that might be that's going to be a guiding factor to these live streams. And I'm not using it. I'm not using the excuse of like, oh, my live streams are not good enough quality, so I shouldn't even try. Type of like rhetoric, which happens to a lot of people. A lot of people will they will I'm going to make this a little bit larger. They'll let like this guise of this illusion that quality. How are you doing today, by the way? Quality is going to that if the work is not high quality enough, why bother doing it at all? And that's kind of I think the word would the word be misnomer? Maybe it might be misnomer. Maybe I'm using that definition wrong. Don't know, but that could be a that's like a I think that could be used as an excuse for not trying. Um, I think the reason why is we often have this fear of making mistakes, and it's taken me about I don't know almost 200 drawings to 200 live streams in what was it concurrently would concurrent is that the word for it, to understand that you are going to make mistakes and you shouldn't worry about that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this there you go. We're going to make it we're going to tilt it like this, and we're going to kind of like redo this. There we go. What's happening? Anyways, I got deselect. Apparently I have something selected and I didn't even know it. Okay, deselect. Now we're on this level. The scale up. Now we're going to pivot it. Something like this. So I'm going to leave it like this purposely because it's kind of jarring. And I apologize in advance for my like raspiness. I'm actually developing a cold, so it's one of those things that's happening. Oh, so I was just basically talking about how we shouldn't be so worried about the quality of our work. And I think this goes with the fact of I talked about this a long time ago, like like live stream 70 or something, where I was saying you just got to show up, and showing up is half the battle, and providing something of at least of a little value to people. Like some people might enjoy seeing other people work and doing art. Maybe some people might watch these live streams and enjoy gosh. Ugh. Again, this also goes back to the just showing up aspect, where like I'm showing up even though I'm probably not going to be able to talk after this. Like, what's wrong with you? Oh, I was doing a video and I lost my voice, and now here I am. Oh gosh, just doing that fake voice there is causing some raspiness. So I don't know if this is actually a good idea. So this is probably going to be one of my more experimental pieces, in the sense that I'm doing like more saturated colors. If you notice in the past with my previous drawings, you notice that I was doing more like pastelish, more lighter tones. This one's going to be a little bit more experimental. I'm going to be using higher saturated colors, and I just wanted to see how that looked. And this one, I'm also going to go back to. I'm not going to go back and use the straight line tool where I can make straight lines. I am just going to do everything by freehand and purposely be like shaking, like just like I'm not gonna like focus on having the lines straight. I want the I like having that kind of organic brush stroke with the line work, or like with the drawing, because I feel like I think it really works well with the with it works well. No, it works well with the texture brush. It makes it feel more organic. It makes it feel more natural. And the way that I manipulate the texture brush, I think it's like a good complement to the, what is that? There we go. So it's just a good complement to the texture brush. Now I could be wrong, but right now that's what I'm feeling right now is a good substitute. But yeah, I'm very proud of the fact that I've been able to do 100. This is going to be my 120th live stream consecutively. Of course, some were not on the same days, but like they were consecutively there, meaning that like they were within a relatively like a 24-hour to 32-hour time frame, which I'm happy with. Some days were tough because there was days that I didn't get home till like 2 in the morning, and my knee-jerk response was like, just go to bed, just go to bed, just go to bed. Like no one's at one point I was like, no one's watching these anyways. What's the point? Like I was having like a psychological conundrum, like psychologically, like my mind was saying, Matt, no one's watching these. Why? Like if you miss today, it's not like anything's going to happen bad is going to happen to you, you know? And that's true. But I was like, man, oh gosh, I've done 75 days so far. I've done like 80 days, whatever day it was that I was up really late. I was like, I made it so far. Why would I ditch it just because I'm tired? And that's why I'm doing these in the afternoon now for me in my time, is because um, a lot of days I work in the evenings and I don't get home till sometimes I don't get home till midnight or later, and um, it's just hard to do like a live stream at that time, because for one, I don't just hop up and do it. There's a little bit of prep ahead, like before, that I have to do ahead of time. There's this prep that I have to do. Like my small things add up. Like I got to make a quick little thumbnail. I got to um, pre-schedule it. I got to go into YouTube and add some tags ahead of time. And then I got to set up my camera, and then all this other stuff. Just the small little micro things that add up. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do a little bit of cleaning up here. Just a little bit of cleaning up. But yeah, there was days where I was like, I was staring at the screen, and I was like, just go to bed. Just go to bed, do it. Like no harm, no foul, nothing is going to happen. No one's going to be like, "Oh, why didn't you go do your live stream?" You know? I was trying to rationalize it. I was trying to make excuses. I was like, no one's watching anyway. I might have like one person watching. Why bother? It's like it's 3 in the morning. Why bother, Actually, I'm probably going to change that back green. I don't like it. Sorry, I'm changing that green. I changed my mind. I have the option to change my mind. Although a lot of today's world is saying that you really can't. Like, you can't change. Like, you can never change. You're always going to be the same. That's the funny thing about that, like that little like phrase people say, you can never change. And like that is I think that's silly. I was like, I'm changing all the time. I would never have been like 2 years ago saying, you know what, I'm going to do a 100-day stream marathon. And if no one watches, I'm not going to care. But that, like 2 years ago, I'd probably be like, you know, if no one watches after like 30 or 20, I'm just going to quit, you know. But now I'm more driven. So I have more of like a purpose, I guess. So it feels, I don't mind it so much. We're going to do this. Yeah, so I don't mind it as much. But like back in the day, I would have been said, no, thank you. Why would I spend all that time? There we go. Now I'm going to leave the box, the pot kind of shaky. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. But like, there's been days. There's been days. You know, there's been days where like I just want to say, just put in the towel, dude. No one's gonna like, no one's going to no one's going to. I think I can do the yellow. I just don't like the green. I don't like having the green cactus and the green background. I think that was throwing me off. You know, and no one's going to be upset if you back out. There we go. No. Oh, we got problems here. Screen's going crazy. I got to get out of the screen here. There we go. Okay. Is it showing yet? No, it's not. I got to shrink it down. There we go. I pull. Yeah. Well, motivation is, it's hard sometimes, you know? Like, it's hard to get motivated. There's some days out there where you're like, why? There's some tough days out there. Oh yeah. I've been using a lot of black as like a background element. We're going to move that layer below this. There we go. Or maybe in front. And we'll do something like that. I think that's fine. That's enough playing around with the background. I don't want to get too fancy with the background. All right, so now we're going to try to knock out the back. Excuse me. As I was saying, I'm getting a little bit sick. I don't think I'm going to be able to work out today. Maybe. We'll see. I'm running I'm running far behind. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to. I might be able to. I might be able to. I don't know. It's gonna be literally after I'm done with this, I'm going to just jump into exercising. I'm gonna put some shorts on, you know, and it's just gonna be oops, wrong layer, but okay. It's gonna be like as fast as I can type of work. I'm gonna it's gonna suck because I'm gonna have to do like it's gonna have to be my breaks are gonna be shorter. And I don't like doing that. Okay, we're gonna do something like that. So that's what's gonna be it's gonna be very tough today. As I said, Saturdays are really tough. If I can get groceries and exercising and a live stream all in one day, that and then go to work, whew, that's a very productive day. It's very hard to do, you know? And so that's what I've been trying to accomplish in some of these days, but it can get kind of tough some days. Let's erase that right there. And right here, we're gonna add a little bit of purple. What did I do? I don't know what I did, but I did something. Let's zoom out real quick. Yeah, those days where you have all these things you have to do, it can be tough. So if I can manage to do all those things in one day, that's a pretty successful day. Some days, not so much. There we go. Let's go in the sand. I'm overthinking a lot of this, to be quite honest with you. I really am overthinking it. Like by a lot. I think the reason why is because right now I'm in like a psychological hurry to kind of get it done, and it's causing me to kind of like there we go. What have we done? Make this really large and kind of let's do another layer on top, and let's kind of sprinkle that on. There we go. No, I don't like that. All right, now let's go to the cactus. I'm trying to avoid this whole like idea of sorry, I'm getting a cold and everything's a little stuffy. Oh, I know what I wanted to do with the sand. I don't want to close the brush. I wanted to do something like this to kind of articulate that there's the this like that there's depth inside there with only using texture. Okay. So now, soft round airbrush. I might have to, we have 5 minutes left. Probably actually more than 5 minutes because I started a timer later. But if I can do, I think after I do 200, that pretty much means that I'm probably going to continue doing the live streams throughout for the entire year, which is going to be a major, 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 major milestone. So major, I might have to do another art giveaway. You know, I might just do an art giveaway for that. I'm thinking the light source is going from the top left down, so I think these they're going to get more and more dark as the cactus goes farther away from the light sources from here. So that's why I'm going to make the bottom 3 here are darker, or the bottom 2 are going to get darker. So that's my thought process with that. And we're just gonna go at it. I'm gonna do it. Let's try to. I'm just gonna like go as fast as I can. See what, make some marks here and see what happens. And see how I like that. I'm being kind of scratchy with the way I'm moving, and I'm purposely kind of like doing these odd directions, something I don't normally do with when I'm doing these drawings. And I think the reason why is because I have a little bit of time. I don't have as much time as I normally do, and I'd like to kind of test myself with different like directional qualities and change it up a bit, because I've been doing the style, the strategy is pretty much the same throughout each one, just with subtle variations. So I'm doing like these more scratchier feel. As you can see, like I'm moving so fast that the processor is it's having a hard time. It's not drawing them. It's not making the marks quick enough, actually. Because I'm moving a little bit too quick for it to kind of understand what's happening. It's like, what are you doing to me? Slow down. And I'm like, no, I gotta keep going. And now what I want to do is I want to mix it up a little. I want to add a little bit. I'm gonna add a different green here. Let's add a different type of green in there, because I've been using basically a lighter a whiter dark like a darker or lighter version of the same color. So we're going to add a little bit of different green in here and see what happens. See how that affects it. You know, maybe put that bright green that I was using earlier in there and see what happens. And then maybe we're going to add another layer on top of that, and then from there we're going to change the green again, so it's a little bit different, just to make it a little bit, just to kind of have more variety with the greens that I'm using. So again, just so you notice that it's a little bit more splotchy. I want to say that's by design, but it's more so because I'm just I'm using I'm moving a little bit quicker than normal. And as soon as my timer rings, that'll mean I'll just stop what I'm doing, and I'll add probably like a few of the highlights that I have. Uh, I'll use the tones from the background and put it on the foreground elements, aka I'm going to put it on the the cactus itself. So, and that way I can kind of unify it a little bit. So notice that it's just a little bit different. You know, I'm doing it a little bit differently than I normally do. Less controlled, not as it's almost like muscle memory at this point because I've been doing this so I've done like 20 plus of these, and I'm just trying to do a little bit different. I'm trying to do a more looser version than I normally do. Um, I don't mind doing it this way. I'm actually when if I look back, I'm known for like my like kind of gestural mark making, and sometimes I get a little bit afraid to do that, of doing that. Okay, one second. Now I'm going to do a few more things. I want to make it out, add like a little bit of lightness right here, and do it a little bit more lighter right here, just for fun, you know, right here. So I'm done with this. Now, what I'm going to do is just like the final touches. Just like the final touches, which is going to be, first thing is going to be, I like to take I like to take the tones from the background and kind of incorporate it onto the the cactus itself. So if you can see, I've actually picked the pink here. So as you can see, I made like a little pink mark there, but it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like me making a lighter version of it, and me just kind of like just doing a little bit of a gloss over on some of these highlights areas a little bit, and then maybe on the purple. So if I have the purple here, see, I picked the purple. So I'm gonna do the same thing, but only I'm gonna do it on like the dark areas. You know, add a little bit of like just a little bit of a darker purple here, just to add like just to kind of unify those tones a little bit. So you have a little bit of relationship between the background and foreground, because if you ever done like still life painting, what people don't talk about is if you have like a piece of paper that is red or blue or purple, and your object is on top of that piece of paper, and you have light shining on that object, light is going to bounce off that piece of paper and bounce back onto your object itself, and it's going to give some of that tone, like that coloration onto the object. So it's going to look a little bit blue or red, depending on what kind of color objects are on in the surrounding area. So that's what I try to do. That's what I've been trying to do with these abstract cactus drawings, is I try to incorporate some of the color that's in the background onto the foreground, so it feels just a little bit like more close together, right? Just a little bit more unified. And so that is that. Now all I got to do next is, oh gosh, I'm not gonna lie, fellas, friends. At the end of this, I am probably gonna be like, I'm probably not gonna be able to talk. I'm probably gonna lose my voice because of this this cold. And now all I'm gonna be doing is now just adding thorns, just simple little thorns. And this is something that I've been thinking about doing for a while, but I just haven't looked up how to do it properly. And what I want to do is I want to make some brushes, like some presets that are going to actually draw the thorns for me. So like I can imagine me making a brush preset where I do a flick of the stylus here, and it just does all the thorns. It will save me. It'll like a little bit of time ahead before playing around with like those settings. I think that'll be fun to kind of play around with. And have as a tool for future cactus drawings. Not that I don't mind doing the thorns just like as is, but it'd be kind of fun to be able to learn how to do that. And I'm basically going to use it as an excuse to do those thorns, or to practice how to make my own brushes. Now, when I talk about like how I don't know anything about Photoshop, I talk about it as if like I'm an amateur. Like I know like the basic things with Photoshop, but like if I accidentally there's so many like preset keys that I don't know about. Like I know a few of them, I know like Control Spacebar allows you to zoom. I know Control T allows you to scale up. Control Alt Shift in makes another layer. I know holding Alt, I believe, allows you to copy I don't know. Oh yeah, nope, I forgot. Control Z allows you to go back in history. Control Shift Z allows you to go forward in your mark making history. So I know a little bit. But I had a commission I just finished recently, and they're like, I like the color green. I asked what their favorite color was, and before I started, but I started working the background ahead of time, and the reason why I asked what the favorite color is I typically do a background that kind of has the same, like has elements of their favorite color in it. And I asked, but I didn't wait too long because I was trying to get the portrait done. I've been working on it for the past month, and they're like, I like green. I'm like, I did not use green at all. I used blue because it worked best with the dog that I had, like the overall color of the dog that I had. But what I was trying to explain was I didn't know how to use the what's it called? I think it's called levels feature for Photoshop, and that allows you to change the coloration. And I know how to I've used it, but I haven't used it in depth. So I was using it for that reason. I mean, to change the coloration, and I didn't have enough. I don't have enough experience with that. So I just did it on a very rudimentary like level to change the coloration. I don't know where I was going with that like dialogue, but that's where that's that. Anyways, this is it. I am done. It turned out pretty good. A little bit more expression with the forms. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Just let me know what you think. And for those that would like to win an art print kind of like this, just enter through the art giveaway link that's scrolling on the bottom and subscribe to my YouTube and or Twitch channel. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's really been great. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Pierson out. Cheers.